Hey everyone, it is Grucy here, and I'm gonna be making my first YouTube video. Got some requests. People wanted me to start getting into YouTube, and I'm gonna try my best with that. So first video here, we're gonna go over the point guards that just dropped in the Flash 4 set and how to best use each of them. I think we got four really good point guards. Over the weekend. We got, Pink Diamond John Wall, we got Diamond Penny Hardaway. Um, in the Flash glitch set, we also got glitched Marcus Smart, and then we have rewards Diamond Steve Francis. So we're just gonna start, and we're gonna look at we'll start with John Wall and Steve Francis because I think they're pretty similar. Um, I do think John Wall gives you slightly more, but depending on how you play, you might prefer Steve over John, so we'll just talk about them. For me personally, I think John Wall is going to be the best point guard in the game. I did just pick him up today, so I might try to do a gameplay on that. But for now, I think John Wall is the best point guard in the game. He's 6'4" with a 6'9" wingspan compared to Steve 6'3" with a 6'6" wingspan. They both come with pretty good hotspots. John's got the extra corner one, but I don't know how much of a difference that'll make on a point guard. Badge-wise, John definitely has more badges. Stats-wise, John's a little bit better of a three-point shooter. Steve has him beat, by one on driving dunks, so basically the same dunker. Speed-wise, John's a little bit faster. He's got better strength. Defensively, Steve actually has the better interior, better steal, and better block. John does have him beat on lateral quickness, but you might, and John is taller with a longer wingspan. He's got better ball handle, better speed with ball. So I think, you might see John play, well, they'll probably play similar defense. Steve, might be a little bit better rebounder with a little bit higher vertical, a little bit better rebounding stats, but in general, stats-wise, they're pretty similar. Badge-wise, dunking, we might even see Steve be the better dunker with the Hall of Fame limitless takeoff and Hall of Fame posterizer. But John probably going to be a little bit better shooter. He's got Hall of Fame sniper, Hall of Fame stop and pop, um, and a couple more of these kind of important shooting badges. Maybe Circus 3 isn't, but Chef and Limitless are important, and he already comes with them. But he's missing, mismatch expert and slippery off ball if you like the backdoor cuts on current gen. Playmaking wise, pretty similar, except John's got Hoff quick first step, Hoff dimer. Defensively, John comes a lot more badged out. So that's where, you'll notice the biggest difference in their defensive badges. So John, will play a little bit better on defense. When it comes to animations, John does have the base dribble style, which a lot of people don't like. Steve has shifty, and that's one of the good ones. So if dribble style makes a big difference to you, you would probably feel that Steve Francis is going to move a little bit quicker, even though John has the hop quick first step. But that's not to say you can't get open with John. It might be a little more difficult, but he is going to give you a little bit better defense. Even though Steve, like I said, might be able to get open a little bit easier. Tendency wise, John's got, better pass reception, better on ball steal. So basically what you trade for with Steve Francis and John's a little bit better shooter. He's got Hoff quick first step, Hoff dimer, and much better defense. He's taller, longer wingspan. Steve, he's got shifty dribble style. So if the dribble style is that important to you, you might want to go Steve. If not, you can go John Wall. And I think the best way to use each of these guys here, if I'm going to use John Wall, personally, if I was going to use John Wall, I would pair John Wall with a nice defensive wing, someone like, Jaylen Brown here next to him. You get Jaylen Brown and John Wall. You could run your offense through John Wall. You got a defensive wing in Jaylen Brown. You could also pair him with Clay. Since John's a pretty good defender, he might not need quite as good defense. You can get a little bit more offense with Klay Thompson. You could also do Clyde, who I think is a little bit in the middle between Clay and Jaylen Brown. He gives you a little more offense than Jaylen Brown, a little less defense than Clay, but that pairing would work great. You could also do more of a budget option with, say, Lou Dort. Or you could do, even more budget with Marcus Smart, who we will talk to later. This is a little small. I maybe wouldn't want to do that, but it's definitely possible. another budget option that would be really good, AMETHYST. With Steve Francis, though, I think with Steve, the lineups you're going to want to run with Steve, you're definitely going to want a defensive wing. So if you're going to do maybe a free point guard, you can maybe spend up a little bit on your shooting guard. You can get Jaylen Brown. He'll play great defense next to Steve. Steve's going to get open, so you're not going to need a great creator here at the two. The other people you can maybe go with here, again, AMETHYST is a good option. One guy I left out, Kelly Oubre. He needs some defensive badges for sure, but he's really tall. He's got a long wingspan. He'd be a great fit next to Steve if you can't get Jaylen Brown. Um, your budget options. I probably would stay away from Marcus Smart here because he is a little small and Steve's a little bit smaller than John Wall. So I would say maybe AMETHYST would be a good option um, to run next to Steve. So you can use those two pretty similar. We're going to move on to the next point guard here is Penny Hardaway. Um, he is definitely a different beast. He's got 6'7" with 6'10" wingspan, which is, you know, really tall for a point guard right now. And that's what he gives you. He gives you that, and he gives you quick dribble style, which is one of the best dribble styles in the game. Um, but I don't recommend trying to run your offense through Penny Hardaway. He is missing blinders. He's missing chef. You can't add those. He's missing limitless spot up. He's missing downhill, hyperdrive, quick chain. He can't get any of those badges. He also can't get clamps. So I've heard, and he can't get menace. I've heard on current gen that even with his size, his decent lateral quickness, block, steal, interior, perimeter, and speed, I heard on current gen, I have yet to use him, that he does not do as well defensively as you would want. And again, he's missing some of those shooting badges, some of those playmaking badges. I don't think he's a great person to run your offense through. On next gen, however, I've used him, and I love Penny Hardaway. He does not run my offense, but he can hit spot up shots. His jumper is a little slow, but the big thing he does is he's 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan, and there's no one else like that. He's got good speed. For me, he defends great. He's got a 70 block, which is the same as Melo, so he's gonna get blocks. He comes with gold chase down. I haven't even added rim protector on him, but I probably will. I'd also look to add ankle braces, probably intimidator. You can put him on. You can put him on wings. You can put him on point guards. I think. I mean, he's a little slow for point guards, but he's so much taller that he does make a big difference. Um, and for me, I use him personally. I use a lineup Penny, Clay, and Andre Kurlenko. And with this lineup, I put Andre Kurlenko on ball. Penny can guard the three. If the three is a bigger threat, maybe I want to put Klay Thompson on the three and let Penny guard there too. But basically, Penny can guard 1 through 3 and even some small ball fours. So Penny gives you the opportunity to switch everything. He gives you the opportunity to put your three on the point guard. He's going to get you extra rebounds. He's going to get you extra blocks. I think he's a great card. But I do think if you're going to run Penny, you're going to want to run Clay next to him. You're going to want maybe somebody like Donovan Mitchell next to him. Other shooting guards you could possibly run that are a little bit on the cheaper end is Kobe. But if you're going to run Kobe, I think you're probably better off running Donovan Mitchell. But maybe you're a Kobe fan or you just like the way Kobe moves, you'll go with Kobe. Another option, you could do Vince Carter if you like Vince Carter, Pink Diamond one. But anyway, you're gonna want someone here who's a good scorer and can facilitate your offense while Penny kind of just chills. Penny does have quick dribble style, so if you're really good at attacking the hoop or you want to cheese with your point guard and post people up, Penny's that guy. I would think I think the perfect combo is Penny Clay. Clay can defend, he can shoot, he can run your offense, he can dribble. Penny can just chill, play defense, and be tall, and that's what he does for me. And now last, we will move on to Marcus Smart. He is, a Ruby, so he's really cheap, really good budget option. But he comes with all these gold badges, all these gold shooting badges. Every badge is upgradable because he's a glitch card. Comes with some decent finishing badges and an 80 driving dunk and 93 ball. 80 interior, 65 blocks, a little low, but it's good compared to some of the other point guards. 94 steal and 95 lateral quickness, 95 perimeter. So great defender. all these gold defensive badges so that he can get chased down. He can get rim protector. He can get some more playmaking badges because the other thing he has is quick dribble style. So if you love quick dribble style, he might be your guy because he's going to play great defense. The one thing is you're going to want to get that ball handle up. So you're going to want a coach boost. You're going to want floor general out there with them, and you're going to want probably a ball handle shoe. You'll probably also want a speed with ball boost if you're going to run Marcus Smart as your primary option. But if you are going to run Marcus Smart, it lets you do, say, Marcus Smart, and like I said, he could run as a secondary option. To some guys, he could run next to Penny as a primary option, or he can run Marcus Smart and you can run Clay next to him. Gives you two options to run your offense through, and two great defenders. You could run, say, Jaylen Brown with them if you really like Marcus Smart's offense. Now you have two great defenders at the point guard and the shooting guard. I think really Marcus Smart gives you a lot of versatility for who you want to run at the two. You can go more defensive, like I said, with Jaylen Brown. You can go a little more offensive with a guy like um, Clyde. You could go with Klay Thompson. You could go with Zach LaVine. He's going to lose a little bit on defense. You could go with Kobe. You could go with Mintz. Basically, Marcus Smart gives you the option to kind of run anyone at the two. The one person I would avoid is Donovan Mitchell. I don't think that's a great pairing. They are a little short. I would maybe, if you're on a budget, look at, say, AMETHYST next to Marcus Smart. Run your offense through Marcus and have Matisse be a great defender alongside Marcus. So with that, I mean, I think we got four really good point guards. I did leave out Mike Conley. He's also pretty good. He's a little small. He's going to get beat up on the interior. But if you can't get Steve Francis, Mike's a decent option. He's not going to give you the dunking that Steve Francis gives you, but he's going to be a good shooter and he's a decent perimeter defender. He's just not quite as good as the other ones, I don't think. But for me, I think John Wall's best point guard in the game. Penny Hardaway is up there too, and so is Steve Francis, and so is Gary Payton. Right now, I think between Wall, Hardaway, Francis, Smart, Gary Payton, Steph Curry, Isaiah Thomas. We have a ton of really good point guards that all kind of give you slightly different things. Personally, I think John Wall's the best. Um, but depending on how you have your lineup constructed, you might prefer a Gary Payton, you might prefer Penny Hardaway, and you might even prefer Steve Francis. So I think comes down to a lot of preference and how your play style is. I think these are all really great point guards, and I think the game is really balanced right now, and you can have fun and be competitive with any of these guys. Um, with that being said, this is going to conclude my first video. I hope you all enjoy it, and let me know in the comments who you like to run and what shooting guards, small forwards you like to run with each of these point guards. I hope you have a great day, and I will hopefully be back soon.